Hello, my dear students, and welcome to your online class. My name is teacher Cosme Robalino, and today we are going to use our digital book to review the passive voice and some topics about science. As you can see here, this is our Achievers book, the unit number 6. And the unit is called Science Stuff, right? Okay, so we have a reading exercise, which we are going to read and listen. But before we do that, let's address these little questions that we have here. And then maybe we can answer them after we listen and read to this page. There are here 6 questions. So the question A says, why aren't birds on power lines electrocuted? Right? They stand on the line, on the power lines, but they are never electrocuted. B, why are stars only visible at night? Okay, that's kind of a logical question, but it would be a good idea to know the answer. C, why doesn't a huge metal ship sink? That's right. How come big ships, and not to mention Titanic, but the other ships, how come they don't sink? D, how does sunscreen work? Okay, how come we can get protected with a sunscreen? E, how does the soft center get into chocolates? Okay, if you are into chocolates, you want to know the answer to this question. And the letter F, how is gas put into bottles of fizzy drinks? Okay, or sodas, right? Okay, so we're going to read together, and then we are going to try to answer these questions. Some of them have to do with chemistry, like the letter F. Some of them have to do with physics. So here you have the article, right? And we are going to read and listen, and then we can check the answers.
Everyday mysteries. The science of our daily lives. 1.
Electricity wants to reach the ground, and if there is a wire, the electrical charge will go down it. Birds aren't touching the ground when they sit on power lines, so they are safe. But be careful. If you are up a metal or wet wooden ladder, you can get a shock from power lines. The electricity is conducted through your body and travels down the ladder to the ground.
2. The sugary center is hard at the beginning. First, it's covered in chocolate by a machine. Then it's heated and an enzyme called intervase is activated. This makes the sugar become soft. However, the temperature isn't high enough to melt the chocolate coating, so that stays hard. Delicious. 3.
It's fun to sunbathe, but the sun also damages the skin. Sunscreen contains chemicals to protect you against the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Radiation is reflected away from your body by inorganic ingredients, such as titanium oxide, and the radiation is absorbed by organic ingredients, such as oxybenzone, so it never reaches your skin.
4.
The fizz in your drink is caused by carbon dioxide. Water is cooled to below 8 degrees Celsius, and then carbon dioxide is forced into the bottle by a machine. Then the bottles are closed quickly, so the carbon dioxide can't escape. When you open the bottle, the carbon dioxide rises to the top in the form of bubbles.
5.
The ship floats because it is full of air. The combined weight of the ship and the air inside is less than the weight of the water that would occupy the same space. However, if the ship filled with water, it would sink. This is because the ship plus the water inside would weigh more than the same volume of water.
6. The stars are in the sky both day and night. During the day, our star, the sun, makes our sky so bright and blue that the stars can't be seen. At night, when our part of the Earth is facing away from the sun, the stars can be seen because the sky is dark.
Okay, so there you have it. So now, let's see if these sentences over here, right, are true or false. Okay, so what you can do right now is pause the video and answer these 6 questions. Are they true or false? And of course, these are the answers. I'm sure you got them all pretty correct. Now, talking about science, if you remember, when we have been to our laboratory back in our school, right, there are some rules that we need to follow. So as you can see, there are a few rules here, right, but some words are missing. So again, what you can do is pause the video before you check the correct answers, okay? So pause the video, try to complete the sentences, and then you can check your answers. So here are the answers, and I'm gonna check, and they are totally correct. So we are going to listen to the teacher indicate the safety instructions to her students.
Now, students, before you start your chemistry lessons this year, I want to talk through some rules with you. Don't wear jewellery, scarves or earphones. These can cause accidents. Remember to tie back long hair. Wear safety glasses and a lab coat. They protect you from dangerous chemicals, heat and broken glass. Know the location and use of the eye wash, first aid kit and fire extinguisher. Never play in the lab and always remain at your workbench. If not, you may break something or cause an accident. If you spill chemicals on your skin, rinse it immediately with water. Always stay a safe distance from a Bunsen burner when you are using it. If a flame goes out, turn off the gas immediately. If you have heated a test tube, never touch it with your bare hands. Use tongs. Never point a heated test tube towards yourself or others, or look directly into a test tube. Chemicals can splash out or boil over. Never heat liquid in a closed container. It may produce gas and explode. When you have finished your experiment, put your equipment away and clean your workbench. Then wash your hands.
Okay, so that's what we answered in the vocabulary exercise, isn't it? Okay, so now let's go to the next page because we are going to review the grammar structure that we studied the last week, which is the passive voice. And if you take a look here, it describes the passive voice. So let's go over very quickly and maybe we can make a little exercise, right? Just to review the passive voice. Okay, so maybe something was blocking you. Okay, so let's see what it says here. We often the passive voice when we talk or write about science, technology, or processes. Okay, that's true. Example, the electricity is conducted through your body. Or another sentence, another example. Water is cooled to below 8 degrees Celsius, and then carbon dioxide is forced into the bottle under pressure. Okay, two very good examples using the passive in the present simple, right? Okay, so it says here that in a passive sentence, the subject is not the agent, the person or thing that does the action, and the object of an active sentence becomes the subject of a passive voice. If you remember, we used arrows to indicate this procedure, right? So next it says that we form the passive with the verb be and the past participle. And if we want to mention the agent, we use the particle or preposition by. Example, in the active, a machine forces carbon dioxide into the bottle. Passive, carbon dioxide is forced into the bottle by a machine. Now, can we use the modals? Of course. It says here that we often use can or can't in the passive. Example, stars can't be seen during the day. So now let's do a little exercise just to practice. So here we have 6 signs which are where the verb is missing, right? So the verbs are buy, donate, not give, repair, not sell, and speak. Okay, so I'm sure you paused the video to give yourself your answers. So these are my answers, and we are going to check whether or not they are correct. I have a misspelling in the number 5, right? That's why it's incorrect. So you are going to see that that's the only mistake that I had, right? And this is the last part. Okay, now I have 6 sentences. The number 1 is the example where you are, or we are going to transfer from the active to the passive. Okay, so please pause the video and answer on your notebook, and then you can check. So these are the answers, and as you can see, the passive is very clear. Is marked, is made, can be seen, is collected, and is made. And this is the structure that we studied the last week. Okay, my dear students, so thank you very much for your attention to this video today, and I will see you in class.